Welcome to week 8 of Against the Spread. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. Last week, bit of a rough week for Cam. I was middle of the pack, and Tommy tiebreaker, 5-2 again.
Ooh.
He's just on a heater. I think. What's your record on the season, Tom?
36-15 or something like that.
Holy jeez!
Wow. So
let's just end the show. Listen to Tom
so don't
Stewart.
listen
He's got
to me or
picks for
Cam.
you. Yeah,
Don't
he's
listen
the
to me or
real
Cam.
Stewart. Listen to Tom Tiebreaker. He's got your picks.
He's the one. If we disagree on a game, wherever Tommy goes, you bet that side. It's pretty simple.
For the most part, yeah. He's on fire.
All right, we will begin, Cam, with the Green Bay Packers going to Arizona. What did I call them? The teddy bear contenders.
You just don't understand the term paper tiger, but that's okay. Yeah, but they keep on winning, Drew. I don't know if they're no longer paper
But the
tigers.
Packers keep on winning and covering spreads as well. They're both 6-1 against the spread. Devontae Adams is likely out unless he passes another negative, or unless he gets another negative COVID test in advance of Thursday. Where are you leaning in this one?
Can you start, please?
Yep, I'll start.
So rattled from
I want to pick
week.
Green Bay. I want to pick Green Bay because I don't believe in Arizona. But if Adams is out, I can't do it. I can't trust Alan Lazard as a number one receiver against Arizona. So give me Arizona with the 6 because I think Adams is out. If Adams is in, I would go the other way, but it's Tuesday. I can't change my mind. I can't do 2 picks, so I'll go Arizona.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, Drew. We get these things out early. You're going to live by the sword and die by the sword. Cheap. I was going Arizona anyway. It was one of those things. When a line goes from 3.5 to 6, you got to worry about the steam. Most of the time, the steam will burn. But here's the thing. Even with a running game for Green Bay, Arizona also, I think it's a bigger game for their franchise than Green Bay. Like, you guys have been basically slugs for your whole career. You know, every time you've been in the NFL, they've been beaten down by Seattle and San Francisco in that division. This is your time, Arizona. If you want to be real, you can beat the Packers by 7 points in this game. I was going to take Green Bay with the excessive points with Devontae Adams, but I'm with you, Drew. I think it's Arizona time. Kyler Murray, if he plays a clean game, they'll be fine in this spot. And hey, let's remember one thing, actually. Actually, I like Arizona even more. I was on Washington last week, and that was one of the worst beats ever. And I don't usually talk about bad beats because I gamble every day. Heineke got himself – they had 3 fumbles inside the 2-yard line, and instead of – if he just walks into the end zone – Drew, they could have won that game outright, let alone not covered and lost by 14.
I hate that rule, Cam, so much. He's diving to the end zone. Who cares if he's giving himself up? No one touched him. He's clearly his intent is to roll across the goal line.
There's a lot of bad rules in the NFL, and maybe we'll get to another thing like the Sunday night game with the pass interference on underthrown balls and stuff. Like, this league has got to really settle down. And I'll tell you this: if people want to be smart, use college rules. You can't have games affected like on 60-yard plays with a bad referee. I've talked about this for years. I know people are like going to go, oh, they're just going to keep on fouling. You know what? I'd rather see that. 15-yard penalties, it'll not determine a game. A referee could throw a bad flag and screw you and a team. Don't leave it up to the refs. Change the rules, NFL, if you want to be transparent. Cheap. Give me the Arizona Cardinals to win this game by 10 points and cover.
Yep. I mean, Arizona's due for a letdown game sooner or later, but I don't think this is the spot because I think they get up for a primetime game against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. So, I'm with you. This next game, I love. This line doesn't make sense to me. The Titans going to Indianapolis, laying only 1 on the road. They just beat the Chiefs and the Bills. Everyone saw the Colts beat San Fran on Sunday Night Football, and all of a sudden they're only 1-point dogs to a team they should probably be 10-point dogs to, Cam? I mean, am I reading this game completely wrong? Because I love the Titans.
Well, I would tell you that a couple of weeks ago, Drew, when I was on fire and reading things and seeing things, but I am going to take Indianapolis in the spot. Listen,
wow.
I'm getting 1 point as a home dog. I really like Tennessee. I think that's more Kansas City is flawed than Tennessee being this great team. I think even Carson Wentz and that running game, it's going to be interesting. I would actually
Wentz looked bad, though.
Yeah, no, I get it. But you know what you got? You got 2 great running backs. And actually, probably to play the game, the under. People would look at over. Jonathan Taylor, for Indianapolis to be successful here, I think they have to run the rock with him and then set up Pittman. Conversely, that's the exact same game with Tennessee. Indianapolis, even though Carson Wentz isn't good, he can find ways to shred that secondary. Mahomes just made too many mistakes. There's a problem with that team. He's not protecting the ball, and there's a deeper issue with Kansas City. Give me Indianapolis. I think they win this game by a field goal. The whole world's going to be on Tennessee. Drew, I'm not going to say I love this game, but I think the horseshoe, I think these guys are coming around. Huge game for them, too. They win this game, they go 4-4, and then Tennessee goes 5-3. Tennessee wins this game, they're basically stealing that division. Huge game for Indy.
That's why I love the Titans, Cam. I think this is this is our division. Get out of here, Carson Wentz. He's worse than Mahomes. He's going to make more mistakes than Mahomes. Did you see that shuttle pass interception against San Fran?
Oh, it's so bad.
I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he's got issues.
I'm going with the better football team. They only have to win outright. So Tommy tiebreaker, first game of the week. Who are you going with?
Yeah, and a pick 'em. I think I like Tennessee here. But echoing everything Cam said, the Colts are the real deal, man. They're a real good 3-4 team, and they'll keep it close. I don't really disagree with the spread. I think they put up 30 points on the road against the Niners last week. Titans and Niners, similar defensively.
It feels like a bait line to me. Like
for sure,
you should come out with a 3 for Tennessee.
Yeah.
And usually, Drew, for the first 5 weeks of the season, my strategy was working flawlessly. Now, all of a sudden, the public's winning. And you know me, I'm not a public gambler. I've been doing this for a long time. I like to fade the public and bet on bad teams and do stuff. It's not working the last couple of weeks, but eventually water's going to find its level.
Yep.
The casinos don't get killed and have meetings and say, what are we doing? You notice the steam movement in the Seattle Saints game? They're moving lines even more now because they're just not happy sitting back and watching the public like tear these guys up. I think it's a bait line in this game. That's why I'm taking Indianapolis. But hey, you're right, Drew, about everything you say about Tennessee. They're an awesome football team. They're playing great right now. I just think the game is so big for Indianapolis. They show up and win a real tight one by 3. They're getting one.
Yep. I mean, it's got trap game written all over it, like you said. The next one, even
super trap. If that's a trap, this is
83% of the public are on Cincinnati minus 10.5 on the road against the New York Jets with
right,
Joe
Drew?
Flacco, Mike White. We don't know who's starting at quarterback.
It's like this game is like, hey, Cam, we've opened up a new bar. We're going to give you free chicken wings and beers. And I go down to the dungeon. Next thing you know, the guy whips out a gun. And, oh, my God, give me your wallet. Like, oh, I can't believe I fell for it. This is a super trap.
Oh, man.
You know what? If it's White, he's not too bad. He threw for 200 yards, couple picks, a touchdown. Here's the thing. Letdown spot for Cincinnati. I almost want to see Joe Flacco play. Yeah. Tom, you know, one thing you know, Drew, this guy was good in this offense. When the Patriots were 9-point favorites, I remember a while back, Joe Flacco was the best quarterback on the Jets roster. I'll tell you, Zach Wilson's not ready for business. I'd rather take an aging, immobile guy who knows how to play football and Joe Flacco. Bengals win this game by a touchdown and don't cover the number. I don't know what my problem is. I got to deprogram my brain, but that line tells me there's fishy stuff going on there, Drew. Watch out.
When I see 83%, my mind just like, pick against it, pick against it, pick against it.
But you can't.
It's just right? Like you need to pick the side that the public's not on. But the Jets let me down so hard last week, coming off a bye, just got destroyed against the Patriots. And I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals are just a way better football team than New England. And
they are.
It's a big letdown spot. This could be the survivor killer. It happens once a year. There's a big game like this where something blows up survivor pools, and this could be it. But I got to go Cincinnati here just because they're a better football team than New England, and I think they can win this game by like 30 or 40. How many points are the Jets going to score with Flacco or Mike White at quarterback? I don't know. So I'm going to go Bengals here on the Jets. That means Tommy comes out in the middle again. Who are you with?
The only instance where there is smoke, there isn't fire. The Cincinnati Bengals are going to destroy the New York Jets in this game.
Wow.
They're playing with a ton of confidence. The Jets are already dead, buried. The funeral caskets are, the funeral procession is being organized right now. And Joey Burrow and the Bengals are looking at the top of that division. So give me the Bengals by 16, 17. I'd still put money on it.
The only thing that doesn't make sense, which Cam will agree on, is this line should not be 10. It should be like at least 14.5. So the fact that it's only 10.5, which is, it's like Vegas wants you to bet on Cincinnati, which is why everyone's doing it. And that's why Cam's being the smart guy going the other way.
I wouldn't say the smart guy. I was smart earlier in the season, Drew. But the thing is, it's weird. I've been betting for a long time, and I should have known this. It's just one of those things, and you know this, Drew. There's weeks where, kind of the sports books and everybody else gives it back to the people who bet, thinking, hey, we figured out the league, and then they pull the carpet right from you. Yep. And this is a type of game like that. You're going to have those weeks. Like, look at last week. I could have told you when you have 3 double-digit favorites, one of those teams is losing outright, and people are going broke. They didn't. Houston, they failed.
People are covering. I don't get it.
That's the thing. Like, it's just, I've seen this movie so many times, and this year it's kind of like, what happened? Like, all these big favorites covered, except for Detroit.
Yep.
Except for Detroit, who actually played really good against the Rams. But
I wanted them to win outright.
So did I. That would have really helped me out.
All right, moving on, Cam. Those Detroit Lions.
Speaking of Detroit. Yes.
Yeah, they're hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles laying 3.5 on the road. You can start with this one. I think we're both going to the same place here, but you can lead the way.
What, with Detroit? Yeah. I'm taking Detroit. This might be a bad sucker's bet. I just think Jalen Hurts and Philadelphia suck. And people are like, well, Cam, Detroit sucks too. Yeah, they do, but they're getting 3.5 points at home. Eventually, this team's going to win a game. I love what they did last week with the trick plays. They played great, and I was really, really upset that they couldn't win the game outright. But I have no faith in the Philadelphia Eagles. I think this is the Detroit Lions are 0-7. This is it. If you're going to win a game, this is a very winnable game, and I think they can win. And I'll take the 3.5 with Detroit, please.
They're 0-7, but they're 4-3 against the spread. And I think
correct.
Even if they lose this game, Cam, it's a field goal, and you're giving me the hook, the half point. So I'll take the Lions all day here. And yeah, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, garbage time kings. Hurts' stat line every week, it looks, oh man, this guy's terrible. Fourth quarter comes, garbage time. Oh, all of a sudden he's got another 20 fantasy points for anyone who owns them. So I think the Eagles are. They're not a paper tiger because they're not good. So I just think they're a bad football team that are going to be competing for their top 5 pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so give me Detroit. All right.
I agree.
Moving on. The team I now despise and will never bet on, the Carolina Panthers, going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons, who screwed us last week, winning by 2 and not 2.5. I don't even know. Like, both these teams are not – like, they both don't cover. I don't trust either of them, but I'll go with Atlanta just because of the home team, and I don't trust Sam Darnold at all right now.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I hate you want to talk about a bad game. Like, even with the NFL package, if they take this game off, it's like, just take it. Like, you know what I mean? I'd rather throw something else on that channel. I'll take Carolina. Yeah, they're a bad football team, but Atlanta shouldn't be laying 2.5 against anybody either. It's just very difficult game. I like what I saw actually from Atlanta in parts against Miami. But here's the thing about Carolina.
They should have covered that game.
Yeah. Carolina's going to figure it out eventually. And I agree with everything you're saying about Darnold. He's not good, but this is a winnable game against a bad defense in Atlanta. So I'm going to have to take a shot here. I hate the game. I'll tell all the viewers that I know. They're going to come out and go, Cam, you're a moron taking Carolina. Well, you know what? I'm getting 2.5 points in a game that I absolutely hate. So I think Carolina is the side here. I think this game is decided by a field goal, so I'd rather have the dog.
Fair enough. All right, Tommy Tiebreaker, you going 3 for 3 with me, or are you going back to the Stewart?
Yeah, I think I'm going with you, Drew.
Wow.
I'm looking at the Falcons' schedule right now, and they just – first of all, they had the easiest – they play the Giants, the Washington, they play the Jets, then they play the Dolphins, now they're playing the Panthers. They're getting them at the right time. The Panthers have been bad. They beat they beat bad teams. They lose to good teams like the Bucs. So, yeah, I'll take the Falcons just for that line of thinking. I have no other way to determine who's going to win this absolute garbage bowl. And also the Panthers have screwed me a bunch of times too, so it's a bit of a spite pick.
Cam, if Carolina loses this game, does Sam Darnold lose his job?
Well, he should. You got PJ Walker there who played in like the Alliance. He's been well traveled, right? Like, it's just, here's the thing about Sam Darnold. If they get embarrassed in this game, people talk about Miami and Deshaun Watson. I think Carolina is the real team. This is awesome. Matt Rule needs to figure this out. But the thing is, you went out and got Sam Darnold. That's your mistake. Like, this is what I don't understand about these guys. Like, what made you think Sam Darnold was going to help you? Like, me and you talked about this. We talk about it on all our shows. Like, do these coaches who think this is their job not watch football? He's horrible. He's not very good. But what's Carolina going to have to do, Drew? Who are they going to mortgage to get a guy like Deshaun Watson? I'm going to say, though, everyone's talking Miami. I'd say watch out for Carolina. If I made a pick, I think Carolina is going to take Deshaun Watson because he solves a lot of that team's problems. Sam Darnold's not the guy for the job.
And this is all assuming Deshaun Watson can play. So
let's exactly good
let's
point.
Figure this out first. Okay.
Good point.
Moving on. San Fran going to Chicago, laying 3.5 on the road after a huge, disappointing loss to the Indianapolis Colts in front of the world on Sunday Night Football. I'll let you start this one. Do you trust Justin Fields as a home dog? Because he looks brutal.
I'm going to tell you something. This is a good bounce back for San Francisco, and I love home dogs. I think Chicago, I feel bad for Chicago, actually, because their defense tries and they're good, but their offense sucks. Allen Robinson's there to die right now. And you know what? All the people that used to say Andy Dalton sucks, shame on you. He was the only guy that was good with this team. So Justin Fields is going to be eventually a good quarterback, but he's not ready now.
Is he? You think
I'm thinking that's the thing, Drew. Like, we have to see a bigger sample size. But the thing about Dalton is he can move the sticks and at least get Chicago. If Andy Dalton was starting, let's put this, I would take Chicago in this spot. He's not. Fields is a detriment. He can't do anything. He makes too many mistakes. Who cares if he can run? San Francisco in a bounce back. They go into Chicago and win this game by a touchdown. Give me San Fran.
I'm on the side with you, Cam. I can't trust Justin Fields. I saw a stat. He's top 5 in sacks allowed because of quarterback play. Like, he's hanging on the ball way too long. Like, when he has an open chance to throw it away, he's not doing it. He's not used to it because of college. He's not giving his star receiver, Allen Robinson, a chance. I can't believe, he's gone. There's no way he resigns there now.
Mm-hmm.
If Andy Dalton or Nick Foles were starting at quarterback, I would go Chicago. You're right. But they're not. So I got to go with San Fran, who I think is a better football team. And Kyle Shanahan is a way better head coach than Matt Nagy. Sorry, Matt Nagy. This might be his last game as a Chicago head coach.
I agree. Like, Matt Nagy's a stooge. Like, I'm not going to even sugarcoat it. He's one of the worst football coaches. He goes for it when he should punt, and then he tries to get tricky, and it's always wrong. Like, he never makes the right decision. He's like the guy at the blackjack table. He just doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's on tilt. You know what I mean? And it's frustrating to watch. Chicago, they need a new coach. They need a lot of new stuff. I think San Francisco, people remember what they saw last in the NFL, and they saw a bad performance in a monsoon. Give me San Francisco, Drew. I think, actually, I'm really starting to like this game a lot now.
I think the fans are missing Trubisky. They all hated him, but
yeah, you know what? Mitchell Trubisky's better than like any guy they got. So yeah,
100%.
Screw you.
All right.
Exactly.
One of my favorite games of the week, Cam. The Steelers going to Cleveland. Cleveland laying 3.5 at home. It looks like Case Keenum's going to make another start for the Browns.
You start now.
You're giving me Mike Tomlin off a bye week against Case Keenum. Lock that up. They should be favorites, Cam, in this game. I love the Steelers plus 3.5 here.
Yeah, I almost want to take Cleveland because I was going to say, Drew, am I missing something here? And I like Case Keenum. We told you on the show, Case Keenum wasn't going to be a downgrade from Mayfield, and we were right.
We got screwed by that half-point hook because we picked on Tuesday.
That's another thing. Me and you both talked to each other. We bet the game at -1-1. Yeah. So guys, like in the chats and stuff like that, that's the thing. We make these picks pretty early. So we also came back to Cleveland. Like, that was a great play when that thing went down to a pick. Anyway, let's get down to business. Pittsburgh. I'm with you, Drew. How do you not get? You're getting 3.5 points. Revenge game from Cleveland, embarrassing in the playoffs. Remember that too. Like, there's so many things. I get it. Cleveland's defense is good. Now, if Cleveland wins this game, I think they win by between 1 and 3. We're getting the hook. I think that's a big hook. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin already shot down the USC stuff. He's like, why would I want to coach college? I coach Pittsburgh Steelers.
They need to give me a blank check. Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly. And he'll be fired up this week. The team will be fired up, Pittsburgh.
And we saw what the Steelers did to Denver, who Cleveland just struggled to beat last week. So it all adds up to give me Pittsburgh on the money line. That'll be part of all my parlays. They're plus money line favorite. Like, they're going to win this game outright, I think.
Interesting.
I'll lock that in. They should be the favorites in this one. Okay. The Rams going into Houston, another big spread against the Houston Texans, laying 14.5 on the road. I mean, the Rams kept covering, the big spreads kept covering until last week when Detroit decided to break out all the tricks. And I've never seen a team get 2 fake punts and then come away without touchdowns. Like, it was just everything went wrong for the Lions despite them being in that game. They should have won outright if they took advantage of those plays. I'll go Rams here just because I can't see Houston scoring any points. Like, they can't score.
I want to take Houston, and I can't. That just tells you, like, when I'm looking at a home dog at 14.5 points, Drew, you know me, 99 times out of 100, I'm betting Houston. I just can't. This team is horrible. They score early in that Arizona game, and then they just don't do anything. They're just a bad football team. I'm not going to blame Davis Mills. Like, the guy's a kid. Everyone's, like, ripping him. It's like, yeah, he plays for the Houston Texans. What do you want from him? Have you seen other quarterbacks play? Like Sam Darnold?
What weapons does he have?
Like, this is what I laugh at. People rip Mills, but Sam Darnold's a veteran in the league who is worse than him. So, yeah, he's got no weapons. He's got nothing. Rams go in there. If they take care of business, they should win this game by 27 points. But I hate going against home dogs, but I'm going to. Give me the Los Angeles Rams.
I've backed both teams who have over 80% of the public betting on them. That's never a good sign.
Nope.
But I think this is like Stafford saying, like, hey, yeah, I know Detroit covered against us last week, but here's a 35-3 game for us. All right, we're on the same side there. The Bills hosting the Miami Dolphins. Josh Allen's second favorite team to face because he owns the Dolphins, Cam. So I think you know where I'm going with this one. You going with the Dolphins plus the points?
Yeah, I am, and I like Buffalo too. They're a team I cheer for. They got to win by 14 now. They might murder Miami, but I got to take it. Divisional game. I think Buffalo wins this game by like 10. Too many points, Drew. Give me the fish. As I said, like, I don't know what's happening. The first 5 weeks of the schedule, everything came to me. Like, I saw the light. Hallelujah. Now I'm looking at games going, like, I'm getting dizzy going, I don't know what to do. They're doing a good job, these odds makers, because they're screwing guys who like to take dogs like me. And, hey, the public's doing quite well the last couple of weeks. I'll take the fish, but I'll probably regret it, Drew.
Yeah, I'm going Buffalo. Like I said, Josh Allen owns the Dolphins. It's like his career best games are against them, so I think they can win by 14 points, especially coming off a bye with Sean McDermott and that coaching staff. Tell me, tiebreaker, who you going with?
Yeah, Buffalo, like 100%. Sorry, Danny.
Didn't even think about it.
No, Tom, you don't have to apologize. I have no idea. I should be taking Buffalo, but you got to do your thing.
2 weeks. Yeah, they had the bye week. They're pissed off about that Titans game. And this is like served on a platter for them. This is like, who would you rather face coming off of a tough loss to Tennessee, needing a bounce back win? It's like 10 times out of 10, you're going to say, give us the Dolphins. And
yeah,
it's going to be bad. It's going to be real, real bad for Miami.
The only thing that helps the Dolphins if it's bad weather, which it could be. It is Buffalo after all. And Cam, you don't need a reset. You needed some Oreo with some toothpaste in it next week.
Yeah, well, look, the way things are going, I could be getting down to business. Yeah, give me some Aquafresh, Drew, with some wafers, because I got a bad feeling about this week. Next game.
Your Seattle Seahawks hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars, laying 3 at home. Geno Smith looked great on one throw. The rest of the game, why don't you use your receivers in Seattle, Cam? I was getting so frustrated.
Here's the thing about Seattle, and Tom, you can put this one out here. They are the worst coached team in the league. They have the worst coordinators in the league. They're running the ball 8 times, and America.
I don't get it.
North America, no, I get it. They're just stupid. I've seen this movie before with Dallas in the playoffs. The Seahawks are the most frustrating team in the league. I should actually change my allegiance. This team pisses me off. Anyway, you know what? Jacksonville's going to cover and win this game in Seattle. Everyone, you're looking at that line at 3. Everyone's like, oh, Seattle against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's had a week to prepare for these guys and Geno Smith. This is my upset special. Jacksonville wins this game outright. Sorry, I'm a Seahawk fan, but I'm also a realist. I can't bet this team right now.
Cam, I'm agreeing with you. I'm going with the Jags as well, just because you have DK Metcalf, one of the best receivers in football, and you don't give him the football. He had one target until the 4th quarter, Cam. One target.
Correct.
I don't get it. And I'm hearing a Seahawks fan say Pete Carroll is a bad head coach is blowing my mind, because everyone loves him in Seattle.
He's a horrible coach. He's the worst in the league. If you there's Matt Nagy's and Pete Carroll. It's like a pick 'em. They're horrible, man. He's a cheerleader. He's not a coach.
Watch this when Seattle comes out and actually throws the football, or I don't know, but it's just I can't trust Seattle to win anything right now. So
exactly.
Give me the Jags off a bye. We're probably going to regret that pick because the Jags suck.
They
just got their first win against the Dolphins last week or 2 weeks ago. Sorry.
They do.
So it's probably going to be a 21-3 Seattle win, but I can't trust them. I'm with you on the Jags. The Patriots going into the Los Angeles Chargers, SoFi Stadium. Chargers laying 5.5 after the Patriots just smoked the Jets.
You're up, Drew.
This one, no, you can go.
No, I did first. Jacksonville.
All right,
You're up.
All right.
Don't try to screw me around. No, hey Tom, moving forward, we got to go back and forth. That's also a good system. But anyway, continue, Drew.
All right, I'm going with the Chargers. I think they're a good home team, even though they don't have home fans. I'll take them laying 6. I think they're a better football team. They got to win by a touchdown. It's a big spread. I don't like it. I will not be betting this game. I'll be watching it. But, give me the Chargers just because I think they're a better football team.
This game is one of the harder ones on the board for me, but I agree with you. I think the Chargers actually win by 7 and the line's 5.5. So I do agree with that. I don't like laying these points. But here's the thing. Herbert and the Chargers take care of business. Mac Jones in New England, I'm still not down. Why? So you beat up the Jets? Like, the Jets had a horrible game plan going in there, Drew. And I thought our pick with the Jets is just they were down way big early and they couldn't do what they wanted.
And I've never seen so many pass interference calls at the 1 yard line.
Oh, I know.
Like
it's
3.
Just like, shut up. Like, this league, I'm not going to be honest with the NFL. They need a lot of changes. They need some new rules, and they're ruining the game. Like, it's just disgusting. The Washington-Green Bay game was disgusting. That Jets game was brutal. I'll take the Bolts, but yeah, I don't really love it, Drew. I got to be honest with you. That's a tough game.
That game will not be on any of our cards, but I do like the over. The 49, I feel like that's too low.
I think we can get points too. I agree.
All right. Tampa Bay going to New Orleans. New Orleans coming off a sneaky victory over the mighty Seattle Seahawks. And Tampa's only got to win by 5. You can go first on this one, but I think we're both on the same side.
No, we're not. I'm going to take the Saints,
Wow.
and I know they were horrible against Seattle, but Jameis Winston against Tampa Bay, I think he actually plays well this week. And I'm going to say something. Taysom Hill out for New Orleans is a really big deal. All those 3rd and shorts and stuff where they were double covering Kamara, things change when Hill's in the lineup. Everyone loves Tampa Bay. Oh, Tom Brady, you're going to embarrass people. By the way, ripping off the guy for the football too, $1,000 at the gift shop.
Yeah, can you believe
like,
that?
Honest to God, like that guy, I'm going to be honest with you.
He said, I'll give him a signed item later on.
He's a complete dick. Like, I'm sorry. I'm so sick and tired. You're a great football player, best of all time, but when it comes to personal, like being a good person, and that guy's an idiot too. Like, you have Tom Brady's ball.
I would be asking for $10,000 minimum from Tom Brady for that football.
No. We come with a lawyer at the end of the game and say this ball is worth $750,000. Where do we start, Tom? And I go, you know what, Tom? We're leaving, and we're leaving until you offer me cash, season tickets forever, more stuff. Not $1,000 at the gift shop.
Gift shop, yeah.
I know, like, honestly,
like buy 2 jerseys for $400 each. Like, get out of here.
Hey, Stewart, that guy is the worst negotiator in the history of negotiations. Like, honestly, if you had a girl, like if I had my girlfriend and I went home to her, she has the right to leave me for any other man for just being a stooge. You're a stooge and Brady's a mean guy. Let's put it that way. Give me the Saints plus the points. This is the thing. It's a disdain pick for Tom for what he did. And know what, buddy? You're an idiot for giving the ball. What a moron. I can't believe this guy could have got $500,000 minimum. And can I get $1,000 at the gift shop?
I don't even think he asked for anything. I think he was just going to give it for like an autograph.
Oh, yeah, his new thing. Could Tom golf with me? You're such a moron. I can't believe this guy, Drew. Like, first thing we do, me, you, and Tom, we have a ball. We set up a legal shop and go, hey, Brady, what's your offer? And then we go, no, until it's respectable.
Oh, you mean you want to sponsor our show, Tom? Oh, that's so generous of you.
I can't believe it. And Tom was like happy ripping the guy off too. Like, see the glee in his eye. Oh, I got another one up. He just loves winning at everything in life, even ripping off civilians. Give me the Saints.
I'm going Tampa just because I think they win by a touchdown.
Oh, that's what Tom does. Tom's a winner. That's all he does.
So give me, it's 5 points. They win by a touchdown. So Tommy tiebreaker, are you going to support your boy Tom Brady? I know you love him.
You love him.
Before I make my pick, just to echo off you, Cammy, that's going straight onto eBay, and we're starting a bid. It's going to have a 3-month expiration date on it, and Tommy can watch the bids go up and up and up and up until he gets comfortable, and then he can give you a call.
Exactly.
Having said that, I still think that the Buccaneers cover this spread. It's not enough points. This line, hopefully it moves up a bit, and that'll put some more of the money back on to New Orleans. But for me, I'm going to ride the Bucs here. The Saints are kind of inept, man. Like, I don't know. They I mean, as bad as the Seahawks were, the Saints weren't much better at moving the ball either. So I don't know. Give me the Bucs and come in there and bring them out. Jameis, 3 turnovers.
Oh boy,
ruin that
tiebreaker.
Oh, Tommy,
5 for 5 on my
side.
side.
Tommy, no, enough.
We'll see. He might come back to you at least once. He has to.
3 games left. 3 games left.
You can't blank the Stewarts. That doesn't happen. All right. The Denver Broncos and Teddy Two Gloves, who all of a sudden can't throw a football. I don't know what happened to him in the last 3 weeks. Hosting the Washington football team, laying 3 at home. It's your turn to go first, is it not?
It is. I'm taking Washington. I don't know why. This team has caused me nothing but misery this year. Actually, they've cost me more money than I think any other team. You think Carolina's bad? Washington, you could have beat Green Bay. Instead, you lose by 14. You make it even more. I was raging at the end of that game when I saw the turnovers. Heineke, you need to have a couple stiff Heinekens and loosen up before the game, but not have interceptions.
Hey, Bud Light, his sponsor.
Oh, is it Bud Light?
Yeah, remember we made fun of him because he got Bud Light as his sponsor.
Oh, he's Bud Light. Yeah, you know what he should be drinking? Natural Light. You ever see a 2-4 of that stuff for $4.99? Yeah, basically, I'd rather drink toilet water. Anyway, Washington, give me 3 points. I'll take the football team. I don't know why, Drew, but I'll take the damn points. And these guys just drive me nuts.
I'm with you on this one, Cam. I just think if Ron Rivera can figure out to just take the 3 points and stop going for on 4th down and running it. I hate Cam. Nothing I hate more than when it's 4th and 1, you go big men against big men.
Oh, I know. No, the thing with Ron Rivera is they call him Riverboat Ron, but he's not really a gambler. He's just a guesser. He doesn't make the right decisions. Like when you kick field goals, sometimes taking points is good. And another time, like no team has given away more points this year than Washington. Like, come on, guys.
I don't even think it's close. Like they should have won 2 extra games probably.
At least. So yeah, I don't know, Drew. Like the thing is, bad teams make bad mistakes though, but we might be falling into the trap this week. But I'm on the Washington football team.
One trap I will not be falling for is Mike McCarthy going into Minnesota, Cam. Minnesota getting 2.5 points at home because Dallas is the favorites. And I'll go first on this one. I'm going with the home dog in Minnesota.
Me too.
Disagree. Oh, no, you're on my side.
Minnesota's one of my favorite games this week.
Oh, wow. I know everyone ripped us when we picked New England over Dallas. They were like, well, how could you do that? And New England should have won that game.
Yep.
So I'll go with Minnesota here. Cam, explain why you like Minnesota.
For a lot of reasons. I just think Dallas has been playing with fire and feeling good about themselves. This is a huge game for Minnesota, too. They're a 3-3 football team. You can say what you want about Kirk Cousins, but he's throwing touchdowns. The defense isn't as bad as advertised. Dallas feeling good about themselves. Already 75% of the public on Dallas. I think Minnesota wins this game. When they show up at home, they're a dangerous team. This is a big letdown spot for me. Mike McCarthy's a stooge. He tries to, he can't even manage games, and they still find ways to win them despite his ineptness. I will take the Minnesota Vikings to win this game by 6 points outright. We're getting 2.5. I like Minnesota.
Wow. Bold. 6
money line.
Outright. I think it'll be close. I think if they do lose, it'll be by a 1 point late field goal. I just think this is Minnesota's season. It's on Sunday Night Football. It's in prime time. Dallas is 6-0 against the spread, so you probably shouldn't get a bet against them, but we're doing that because We're not smart, apparently. I know producer Tom's shaking his head. He's just like, no, Dallas.
Yeah, take Dallas there, Tom.
But there's no tiebreaker for him.
Oh, yeah, there's no tiebreaker.
So we're both on Minnesota.
I'd like to apologize, Tom. Sorry.
All right. The Chiefs. It looks like Mahomes is going to play.
Who cares?
They're laying 10 at home against the Giants. 10 is so many points for the Chiefs, Cam. They turn it over every other play, it seems like now. What happened to Patrick Mahomes this season?
I don't know what the hell's going on with this team. This is the week the Chiefs probably win by 31, but I can't take them. I'm sick and tired of this team taking people's money too. Give me the Giants. At least the Giants battle. I'll take 10 points with the Giants. I hate this game, to be honest with you, but I'm taking the G-men. Daniel Jones is do one thing. This is the thing. Don't let him throw. Let him run around and be comfortable out there. That's the recipe for success. Against Carolina, their defense showed up as well. I'm going to take the 10 with the G-men, Drew.
I'm going to go the other side just because.
Yeah, this is the week that Kansas City blows somebody out,
pattern this season has
right?
been the Chiefs let down, then they smoke a team. Then they let it down, and then they smoke a team.
Okay.
They let everyone down last week. So if the pattern continues, they smoke the G-men out of the building on Monday Night Football. And then everyone will be like, oh, Patrick Mahomes, under the lights, the best quarterback in football, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll see. Tommy Tiebreaker, last chance to go with Cam. Who you going with?
He's going with you.
I'm going Chiefs. Sorry, Cammy.
Oh, no.
As I said, Tom, there's no need to apologize. Like you got it. You got to go with Drew. It's a good pick.
They're a good football team. They're going to be reading all these headlines saying how bad they are. The Giants are terrible.
Good point.
They're going to come in here. It's at home. They got the crowd backing them up. The game plan won't be complicated. Just go in there and make plays. You'll win this game easy. 10 points probably is probably right on the cusp, but I'm confident that the Kansas City can turn this around. If they don't, then there's glaring problems and we need to rethink everything. And again, against the spread, they haven't been fantastic, but I think this one's different than the few from the last couple of weeks. This is a bit of an outlier here.
They were horrible against Tennessee and stuff like. The thing is, I think as human beings, they just flick on a switch. No, they could. This is the game. Like they could beat the Giants by 28. But I'm just saying, I've been waiting for this Kansas City movie to change itself, and it's
100%. Yeah, the smart play has been to bet against them every week.
Yeah, but.
And you trusted them last week as a favorite.
Yeah, and look what they did to me.
Yeah,
so that's another team. Them in Washington. Holy jeez. So what do we got, Drew? The best.
Now we got our
minerals.
Our best bets, Cam. If you want to go all three, you want to go bronze picks first. I can share my picks first.
I'll go, Drew. I'll lead off the top here. I'm going to take San Francisco 49ers minus 3.5 as my bronze pick. I have no faith in Chicago, and I love home dogs. That tells you something. Absolutely hate that game. We're going to go with Minnesota plus 2.5 as my silver pick. I think Minnesota beats Dallas outright, and gold pick going against my own team because these guys, honest to God, watching
gold
these
pick
guys
in the Jags.
makes me sick. Yep, the Jaguars are my gold pick this week. Seattle makes me sick. Watching this team it's really hard to be a fan right now. And hey, they covered the spread against New Orleans, good. But watching this team takes years off your life. Hey Pete, can you run the ball another 16 times in a row? Give me the Jaguars off the bye here, plus 3. Let's go.
Cam, as a former fantasy expert or still fantasy expert, would you trade DK Metcalf if you owned him in fantasy?
No, I wouldn't, because he's the one guy that can break. Well, it depends who you're giving me, Drew. Like, he's still a very high.
I'm just saying because
right?
He doesn't get targets with Geno. They don't throw the ball enough. Take advantage while his value's high.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you offered me like what other receiver for him? Like
I don't know. Let's say you got offered Tyreek Hill for DK Metcalf right now.
Yes, I would trade. Yes, I would do that in a heartbeat.
All right. Well, my bronze pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, laying 5 on the road against New Orleans. I think they smoke New Orleans. My silver pick is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love that game. I think they win outright against the Browns. And then my gold pick will be the Tennessee Titans. I think they're a better football team than the Colts, and they just have to win the game by 1. So that'll be on a lot of my parlays. All right, Survivor picks, Cam. I will read off who you've used so far. The Panthers, the Browns, the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Bucks, the Rams, and the Packers. Who you going with this week? Are you going to fall for the Bengals trap that I think?
Have I used the Bills?
No, you have not. I've used the Bills. You haven't.
Give me the Bills.
Bills over Dolphins, despite you liking the Dolphins side of it. I think
I've used the Rams, right?
Yep, you used the Rams.
Okay, then give me the Bills.
All right, Cam's going Bills.
We're doing pretty good with the Survivor. We're still alive.
Yeah, every Survivor pool, there's so many people left still. It's blowing my mind. Over 200 people left in all my pools.
Crazy.
Where do I go here? I've used the Chiefs. I've used the Bills. I don't really trust the Bengals.
What about the Bucks? You're pretty confident with them.
I don't want to. I've already used them, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Have
you used the Chiefs?
Yep, I've used it.
Oh, you got problems, bro. What
I
are you
know.
gonna do?
I got some problems. I think I gotta fall for the trap known as the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that's my only option. I don't like it though.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It looks like you might be eating toothpaste with the side of winning the Survivor Pool next week.
I don't know about that, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, Bengals will win. Jets can't win outright, can they?
I've seen crazier things happen, Cam.
Me too.
All right.
Me too.
Besides that was a good, fun show. It was a bad week last week for most of us. Tommy Tiebreaker continues to kill it, but we will catch you all next week, week 9. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell us how bad our picks are in the comments below. And just keep talking about how the Bengals pick was terrible last week, guys. We saw all those comments. That's right. See you next week.